Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, family, relatives, and friends. Friends on Facebook, followers on the tip. The tip is Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. If you have any of those media accounts following me on there, thank you for tuning in. And to my subs on YouTube, let me talk to you. Eric Lima here, hosting episode 517 of my YouTube show. It's long running, not the longest running, not a history making show or anything like that. It's just a plain old show here on YouTube. Just plain old me, the People's Lima. It's episode 517. Now, my last episode, I talked about me loving the 80s. Well, it's the 90s. Now, I talk about now, I love the 90s. A lot of things have happened in the 90s. Sorry about that. No change. A lot of things have happened to me in the 90s, and I just became a teenager at that time, and the first part, being a teenager has been a tough challenge for me. Many people think, oh, being a teenager is easy. It's all a lot of fun. When you become a teenager, you're going to experience a lot of things that you never would experience before. And if you have experienced those things, deep down inside they were not fun to begin with. You get more a little bit more responsibilities. You're no longer this carefree, rapscallion running around playing baseball with your friends and all that. You'll end up experiencing different things like hormones. I mean, with my ADD, ADHD, OCD disorders, and not only that, my hormones. I mean, you're talking about bad combinations. I'll just explain to you about that. It's I remember having a crush on this girl. Like I said, I had a crush on this girl in my church, and I thought she was pretty. What back when I first saw her, it's like I didn't think anything. I was like, man, no, I don't think so. I wouldn't like her. But then all of a sudden I started liking her a little bit more. Like, oh. I didn't realize that I should have stopped myself and going, why? But I kept right on going. The little craziness that happened and in my life, and I was too busy, obsessed with this girl. I forgot about my schoolwork, and now all I want to do is just have some fun, schoolwork, Nintendo, baseball, wrestling. I started watching wrestling because of I started being a big fan of The Undertaker when he debuted back in 1990. My first wrestling event I saw, that was Survivor Series in 1991 when Hulk Hogan defended the title against The Undertaker. So I was like, oh, this guy's unique. I want to see what he can do. Well, he's pretty big, can he wrestle? How good can he go? People talk about The Undertaker like he's some kind of big deal, and he has been a big deal, But, and just, my father, just got married in '88, and just, we're trying to get our life together, and then my little brother Tyler was born, and it's like, they were, I was being a teenager, so I try to fit in with the crowd, trying to find a place to fit in and everything else. Was it easy? Mm-mm. It wasn't easy trying to fit in. I wanted friends, I wanted attention, wanted all this crazy stuff, and you know, it was pathetic. It was pathetic. I was being pathetic as a person back in the '90s. It was crazy, like I said, all my focus was on this girl in my church I had a crush on. I never stopped talking about her. Every time, people get aggravated every time I bring her name up. It's I was a little crazy back then, and it was, like I said, it wasn't as easy as 1, 2, 3. Basically, that's what it is. It wasn't as easy as 1, 2, 3. My hormones were racing up a storm. I got Super Mario Brothers 3. I started playing that. It's like, it's crazy. It's ridiculous at the same time. And and I did for the first 4 years of chasing this girl. And I remember, that, it's like I was focused. I was way too focused on that, and I'm trying to have some fun. I was trying to listen to more music on the radio again. I still have, cassette tapes. Now CDs were were coming around, being the big thing. Um, the NES and the NES and Nintendo and Sega came out with 16-bit systems, which I have both, and just it's just it was like my focus was all over the place to the point where I had to be on a strict program, so to speak, according to my mother, strict program of you know studies and whatnot, and activities I can do and all that. I got grounded more times than any other year, decade. It was, and like I said, my life changed in '94 when, actually '93, late '93 into '94 when the school that I was going to ended up closing down, and I was homeschooled for the rest of the school year. I graduated in '96. In fact, 1995 was like I said, I mentioned 1995 a few episodes ago. Was the year that really transformed my life completely around in every which way possible, in every facet of emotions that I had. You know, coming to the girl I had a crush on. I will not mention her name. Um, I don't want to embarrass her. Um, the girl that I had a crush on ended up going out with one of my friends, and I ended up getting jealous of that. And to this day, I've not spoken to either one of them for over 21 years. Kind of sad, but true. Unfortunately. And then I got my first official job in the real world, working for Ruby Tuesday in North Dartmouth. I made a lot, and making a lot of friends there. That helped me a lot, and that changed my life completely. That altered my life completely. Moving from the west end of Bedford to the north end of Bedford, to where I'm at now. Uh, like I said, it wasn't an easy time to adjust, and that was so I was adjusting to a lot of things back in '95, and it's like emotions were running rampant and running wild. It's like but despite all that, I I've been going to a lot of places, watching movies. I watched Disney's Aladdin. My favorite Disney movie is Aladdin. Got that on DVD. Watching Power Rangers and just playing Nintendo again. And then I think the big move at '95 also was my last final time going to Rocky Point Park. It was really sad that it had to be closed down afterwards. It was sad. So, and not only that, um, '98 I moved down here to the basement, which I have my own room. I buy my own stuff, and all the stuff you see here, most of it I bought with my own money. Um, it has been, like I said, a journey. You know, ever since then, and like I said, '95 was very a tough year. So, like I said, 15% of the '90s was that part of my life was I did not enjoy. But being here, 85% of my life in the '90s was pretty cool. And I wish there's so much more I could tell you, but I don't want to take up too much time because I want to make this thing short and sweet. And I don't want to bore any of you guys. And plus, plus I want, I like to be real with the people, and that's what I'm here. Not only to have, bring a lot of loud laughter and all, just bring a little heart to the show. Being real with the people. And I do appreciate, for all you that tune in. And like I said before, it's going to be, like I said, I look back at those decades, the '80s and '90s, and I say to myself, wow, I've been through a lot, and I survived through a lot. A lot of friends I made during those decades, and I was like, I wonder where some of them are now. And I know where a lot of them are my friends on Facebook, but still, you know, you know, like it's amazing for what's going to happen and what's going down. And I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen to me in the future. Come to find out, but I'm still going to be doing this show, and there's been a lot of things going down, a lot of things coming up, and I sit there and just go, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'm an old man. Yep, but it's okay though. It's gonna be strong, gonna have some fun, and that's all I'm all about. Well, that's all the time we have on the show. Remember, use your head, don't do stupid things. And remember, coolness is the essence of a happy person. I hope everyone has having a wonderful day. Enjoy your summer. And if I come up with you another episode, which I will do so in the future, that's what I'm going to do. Okay? I'll see you and goodbye.